start? We got a minute.
Yep.
November 17, 2015, 6 p.m. Select Board is called to order. So we have additions to and deletions from the posted agenda. We have the Welcome Center project, silt removal from Pomfret Road, down my road. Economic Development December presentation, packet distribution. Wow. So, what's our pleasure? What would you like to begin with? Welcome Center project?
I guess you need a motion to amend the agenda.
So
Okay.
moved.
Second.
Motion's made, second, thirded. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Okay, so board has been speaking with Beth about making an addition on the Welcome Center that would become offices for the chamber. And the idea is that the town borrows the money and gets paid back in rent, so everybody's whole. Finally had a set of plans approved by the Village Development Review Board last week.
Yes, last Wednesday.
The first set of plans had some outdoor stairs that they didn't like, so we went back to Ingrid, she withdrew it. So it's about 10 foot by 32, and then on one part of it is more than 10, it might be 14.
It's out, yeah.
And that's the part, could you point to?
So it's not going to use the upstairs anymore then?
No,
Use that for storage.
it would
Use
be
the
this
office.
that juts out for perhaps storage.
That's the part nearest the front?
It's nearest
Here's
the,
the Woodstock Pharmacy.
Oh, yeah, okay.
A little closer.
So that gets the maximum square foot of usable space out of the land within the granite curb. The
That tree's gotta go.
trees gotta go. The funny thing about
No.
those trees is they're so tall now, they're ash, and all you see is the little 6-inch
Yeah, I know.
because it doesn't crown until it gets so high.
Well, it's a good thing to get rid of it. before
Want
it
another
kills
We'll,
Different
we'll
base?
plan
the
something
green
back.
building.
Yeah.
So they wanted to add 2 windows? Is
They
that
wanted to revise how the
they wanted
windows
to
look.
take out these two windows
Oh, okay.
and put them over here.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So right now, we're waiting for an architect's estimate of probable cost. We have an estimate from our architect of a, give or take, $10,000 to develop plans that are biddable, so that everybody's bidding the same hardware, the same doors, the same windows. If you don't, then a person could be bidding a $10 window against a $500 window. But before engaging that, we'll know what the probable cost is, and then figure out a financing plan. All of the land around the Welcome Center that's grass is under lease from the village. So the town is leasing the land in the middle of that parking lot where the Welcome Center is. And the village is leasing from the town the land under the police station. So there's 15 years left on both of those, so you'll probably want to extend that before getting into.
So why do we have a village and a town?
Well, ask the camera, bud.
Don't ask that question.
That's where it is. Plans have been approved. Beth is happy with the plans. It gives her enough square feet to operate. It's not as much as they'd like, but
It's,
the location is
The
really,
location is good.
location is,
Yep.
and that's where we are.
The only thing that'd be better would be to pick that building up and put it in the middle of the green.
Yeah.
That's where I've always said it should be,
it probably should be, but
but it'll never happen.
not gonna happen.
No.
Then we'd have to lease it from the village, right? So that was just an update, FYI?
That's just an update
Okay,
where we are.
We'll be
just
back. All right,
It's a nice looking building.
Yeah.
They,
looks good.
they came up with two alternatives and the design review board said, this one, throw that away. So that's what you're gonna proceed with.
Okay. Silt removal,
Yes, we
you got
have two bids.
for silt, huh?
The low bid was, I think you have a memo plus the, hi, Preston. Plus the bid tabulation. So because this is flood, preemptory flood control,
There is a lot down there, I will say that.
we're allowed to do work outside of the normal
It's in the basket.
June 1st to October 1st deadlines. So I put it out to bid with a price to get it done before December 31st this year, so they could go to work now. And the second price to do it, I think by August 31st next year. So some of the prices are confusing in the bid tab just because of the
Oh, okay.
dates. But you'll see from the bid tab, it was probably worth about 20%, 25% per bridge to work outside of the normal timelines. Low bidder was different on Bridge 1 than on Bridge 2. So we have Knott's Excavating as a low bid on Bridge 1. And they're actually, and then the low bid on Bridge 2 was this Thompson Timber Harvesting. And I've been checking their references, and they have done work for the state and some towns, and have a good reputation.
Looks pretty well self-explanatory here.
We do have the money. It was pointed out in a recent bridge inspection by the state that the silts need to be removed. It's so flat there that it just collects.
From the looks of the bids.
We do have a permit for the work.
I would make a motion that we award the bid to Knott's Excavation for bridge number 1. And Thompson Timber Harvesting for bridge number 2.
I'll second that.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, and that comes out of our,
But we have money
We
in
have
the
money.
operating budget for bridge, and we have
Bridge,
money in the
yeah.
capital outlay for bridge.
so that works.
Well, I'm very, very pleased with those prices.
Yeah. That's good, and you're gonna do it.
I'll tell them both to get started. We know for sure that bridge number 2 will be done by Thompson this fall, because that's how I'll approve it on that
Okay.
price. And for Knott's, his price didn't matter.
Okay.
Well, I'm sure they probably try to get it done this year, won't they?
I think, well, it's hard to say. They've got enough work.
Well, they were around, they're busy as hell.
So it's good, and that's what that is.
Okay, economic development,
Yes. Does
December
everybody-
presentation. This is what they're gonna present
For next month.
for next month. Right.
Just thought they'd give you a
So-
leg up by studying it
Okay,
beforehand.
so this just gives us the info and what they've come up with so far.
Correct.
All right. So
Yeah,
that's,
they're putting in a lot of time, they're
Yeah.
spending a lot of
Been
effort
good.
on this, and it's gonna pay off big for.
and the chamber's been involved all along? I mean, you're
Pretty much.
pretty much. Just want to get on the board.
Yes, I do. I haven't filled out my application.
Okay. I think there's a, so that was a, okay. So we can go on to any citizen comments? Or are we waiting for Old business, discussion of Woodstock brand. And you get to,
I did not bring the whole
that's okay.
presentation
Refresh
again.
the
You
memory, everybody
Okay.
was, but
make the time to come to a select board meeting. That's the tagline, make the time. Woodstock, Vermont. This has taken a lot of time. You've probably read some of the packet, seen it in places. This has been a group project since 2013, if not before. And so we came last month and described the entire process and how we came down to the W, which is a historic W, similar to one that was on the railroad. T had done quite a bit of work going back through the archives of the History Center. And the star was put on not because of the star on Mount Tom, but the minute everyone saw the star with the W, we assumed it was because of Mount Tom. This was from a designer that has never been to Woodstock before, and they put a star to denote quality. And so I have brought a few iterations of, which I like a lot better than the black and white, for people. This is just one. You see? Or you can pass it around, you can't see.
If I remember from the literature, multiple colors are okay.
Multiple colors as long as the size is
Yeah.
in, yeah.
More bright.
This one. Here it is in green and white.
oops, lost it.
It just went
Let me
away.
hit the mouse ran away with it.
Green and white. And, let's see. The next one I think you might like. And there's black on white, which we all see. And then there's the white on green, which I can see using quite a bit. So I don't know if there's questions. What we're hoping for is, as the trustees did endorse this, to perhaps move forward in using it as you maybe create letterhead, as you get rid of the log letters. Maybe you won't, but that's what we're hoping for.
I was never too fond of the log letters.
What's that?
I said I was never too fond of the log letters.
letters,
Yeah.
yes.
Where does that show up besides right there?
And the village trucks.
On all the trucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cruiser has a different logo. It's more similar to their patches
Yeah.
with the village covered bridge on it.
River. And I understand, Robbie kind of reacted to it, and I understand police people all over the country pride themselves on their patches being unique, and so I understand that, and it may never happen on the cruiser, but maybe on a town truck.
This is not an issue that I'm gonna fall on my sword about,
Okay,
but I feel compelled to give you my opinion.
that's fine.
I don't like it,
Okay.
okay? When I first saw it, I'm not even gonna tell you what I thought when I first saw it. But the nicer thing I could say about it, it's New York City. It's not Vermont. That's my opinion. When I look at that, I say, this is not Woodstock, Vermont. This is New York. I don't know why I feel that way, Beth, but I do.
Okay?
It just doesn't appeal to me at all. I like the covered bridge, and I like
And you know, part
the elm tree and things like that.
Yeah, part of our mission as a group, and so everybody, you know, we had a group.
Yeah.
And there were some that I liked a lot better, there were some other people, you know, this is the one that we could agree on as a collective group. Is that they really did a lot of work on the W, so that the W is really the W from a Woodstock paper from the 1890s and the Woodstock Railroad terminus, and so that's what I can say about it. Is with any process, I would have maybe picked something else, but I can certainly live with this, and we are using it. The library's using it. The other piece is the Make the Time. So we've just done a promotional video done in the Queen's English to promote Woodstock in the UK, and then it will be translated into several other languages, and it's on there, and we use the Make the Time to visit Woodstock, Vermont.
Roy?
Yeah, I'll just say, first I agree with Bruce. And when I first saw it, I thought it was a Woodstock High School varsity letter with a star on it for the captain. And remember that, Bruce? So, but aren't the village and town merged in police departments and highway, more or less, right? Same management, same everything, right, Phil?
There is, the management's the same, there's different boards oversee them, but the administration day-to-day is the same, but a village highway issue would be resolved by the trustees, and a town highway issue would be resolved by the select board.
So I would hate to see a different logo on the village, because they've already proved it in town. I don't think that is prudent at all, but I am still against it because I think it's not traditional. And as Bruce said, it's a big city and it's not community. I really like the covered bridge logo on police vehicles. Those are great. They look nice, and covered bridges are unique in Woodstock. We have 3 of them in 7 miles, so where else has them? That's where tourists go. I wouldn't even mind seeing that logo on the trucks, but that's me. That's all I have to say.
Any other comments? So basically, you're just looking for endorsement, right?
Right.
And then hopefully along the way, I mean, I can, you know, incorporating it in stationery, I'm not sure if, like, what's on the trucks now?
The trucks
Is
have...
the village gonna, are they gonna change eventually, or are they just?
The conversation was basically there's no talk about
Right.
the decals,
Right.
there's talk about the letterhead and out and
Yeah.
about town and village
Yeah.
and when we ran out.
I mean,
So it's not to
things
throw
take
something away.
so
They-
much time.
they
I don't
take
think
time.
anyone
Is expecting an immediate.
expects everything to be, anything changed. And I appreciate comments, you know, this was an interesting project, and certainly appreciate everyone's comments. And, you know, you might get used to it and think it looks good after a while. And
It's like a covered bridge.
when you see other things, and if not, nothing's written in stone, you know? So I appreciate that you've taken time to listen to the
Well,
process
I certainly
twice.
I commend the group, and I commend the
And,
effort anytime you can get a bunch of people together
Yeah.
to try to
And
come up with ideas.
I think they really,
Yep.
they did a great job, so thank you.
I'd like to hear what John has to say about
Roy had a question for you.
Yeah,
I'd
well,
like to hear what you think about it.
pardon?
What do you think about this new logo or brand?
Well, I don't know, it's, I guess it's progress. They claim they're gonna light the star through what, Easter?
Probably through March.
Till, well, till
Daylight
March.
savings time.
Daylight savings time.
But what is the discussion about the cross? Is there any,
No talk. There's no discussion about it.
no discussion about it?
We're discussing the logo on the trucks though.
Yeah, well, I don't know, I think no discussion about it may be good.
I was glad to hear Beth say that there is no tie between the issue of the star and this logo.
That's right.
And I appreciate hearing that, because I also thought that there was. But that's another subject. We have no say in it as a select board. It's not on our property. Apparently, the Rotary Club is in control of that situation, or at fault and trust. Seeing I'm speaking my displeasure, I'm not happy that it's going to be lit from November till March. And my reasonings behind that are the fact that my parents' generation, Roy's parents' generation, what everybody refers to as the greatest generation, are the ones that saw fit to put that up there. And it was a holiday star. And by lighting it from November to March, that just dilutes that whole issue to irrelevance. And that bothers me, but that's not this board's responsibility nor the Chamber of Commerce. But I got to say my piece.
Thank you.
Grady, I will say one thing. I don't have any objection. I don't think I care one way or the other what's on the station. That doesn't bother me.
Right. I mean, I think incorporating it like, these, you can have a little blurb in the corner. I mean, that's supporting Woodstock, and I think that's fine. And then, as Beth says, you can go along or grow along with it and see where we can incorporate it. Even if it's on the trucks, it could be on the window on the static stickers, that type of thing.
So I got a question for you.
Yes.
I'm reading this, well, I guess Macy doesn't want to put the agenda up.
Okay, yes.
Reading this,
Yes.
and this talks about recommending that people do a stacked vertical rendition.
Yes.
Whereas what you showed us on your computer was the horizontal.
horizontal.
So would you have any beef if people liked the horizontal in a couple of years when it got down to?
I like the horizontal, and we're using the horizontal on some. And if we get to the point of we hope to make some T-shirts, etc., I would love to use the horizontal down
Okay.
the side.
Thank you.
So, no.
Okay. What's our pleasure?
So, we're looking for an endorsement, but at this point, the endorsement is just that. It doesn't
Right.
carry any
Right.
specifics about,
There's no timeline.
Right.
Timeline.
There would be a joint meeting, design of any additions to the town stationery.
yeah,
We do have some more decals in stock. It's not, I
yeah.
wouldn't order any more decals until we had a meeting of both boards
Yeah.
and see what people wanted at the time.
Well, this is an interesting discussion, because I didn't come here expecting the discussion to go this way. I came here thinking that I too didn't have my socks blown off by this, but said, it's the way everyone else is going, and we're not going to stand in the way of that. So I suppose I'll continue to say that, and I'll make the motion that we do endorse this logo.
Okay, a second?
I'll second.
Bob seconds. Any further discussion? Okay, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Any
Abstain.
opposed?
I'm not gonna be opposed, I'm just gonna
You're going to
abstain.
abstain. One abstention. Okay.
I'll abstain too also.
Uh-oh.
Because
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Now we
I'm
got
not
two.
sure I'm clear on this issue.
No majority.
2 and 2, so do I get to break the,
The tiebreaker.
That's why you get the big bucks.
that's why I get the big bucks. So I'm going to vote in favor of the endorsement. So, you're welcome.
I don't think you're gonna see major changes
No, no.
anytime soon.
I think we can work all together on that one. There's lots of room. So, okay, on to new business. Appoint the forest fire warden, state office.
So the town forest fire warden is appointed by both the select board and the state of Vermont. I'm not sure we are in the state of Vermont process, but David Green would be our choice to be town forest fire warden. His name has been submitted to the state. So if it hasn't come back, we can table that till December, because it wouldn't be
Okay.
effective until January 1st.
Okay. So we will table that one. So we can go on to overweight truck permits?
Yes, this is a straggler, and the people would like to. This is, well, George, you have it in your packet. It's the Jewel Specialized Inc.
Yeah.
It's a fleet permit.
It's,
Looks like
I
lots.
looked this over and it's, okay, the thing is requested is 99,000, but it's forest products.
They're allowed.
And the tractor trailers both have 6 axles. So I don't see anything wrong with it. I approve the permit.
Is that a motion, John?
I make the motion, we approve
Okay.
the permit, yes.
I'll second.
Motion's made and seconded to approve the overweight truck permit. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Liquor license application for the Rice Restaurant Group?
Yes, that is the pie restaurant. Oh, we got one here.
Yes.
Great,
Yes.
wonderful, come on up.
Hey, we have a real person.
Yes. How are you?
Good.
If you state your name for the. My name's Sarah Callender. Thank you. And I do have some of the information that was missing off the application. I do apologize. It's been a whirlwind getting my ducks in a row.
So, this is for,
Why don't you tell the
yeah.
This is for Pie Trattoria. It is a new LLC that's going to be taking it over. The members would be myself and my husband.
So just a change of ownership?
Change of ownership,
Change of
yes.
ownership. Good. Wow.
Thank you.
Ambitious endeavor.
Yes, I'm
Always.
excited and nervous.
Good. Any other questions for anybody? No? Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion's made and seconded. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay. Well, good luck. with
Thank you
that.
very much.
When does the transfer occur?
Hopefully beginning of December.
Okay.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
thank you.
Good, thank you very much.
Thank
Nice
you.
to meet
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you. All right, thanks.
Okay, Board of Sewer Commissioners, sewer connection permit, number 1. Just one?
You just have it in for you.
So this is at the Woodstocker Bed and Breakfast across from the rec center.
I know.
One more room.
Took me a few minutes. Just adding one more?
Yeah, I think they're taking space at the garage.
Oh, okay, in the back. All fees are in order?
Yeah.
Yes.
Motion to approve.
Motion's been made to approve. Do I hear a second?
Second?
Motion's made and seconded. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, 61, that was
61 River Street.
River Street, okay. All right. Engineering services?
Okay, so this is, we've been talking about it, and I know we've been on camera before, so I'll just go back to the beginning. The Tassville wastewater treatment plant serves 30-some households. It sits there on the side of the river between the covered bridge and Route 4. It's not really noticeable, but it does an important function. It's 45-plus years old, and it's primarily, the working, functioning part of it is steel tank, and there's a lot of rust in it. So as part of our license to operate a treatment plant that has a discharge to the river, we're obligated to do every 20 years an evaluation of the plant. The evaluation has been completed. The evaluation said that there's a lot of rust in the steel tanks, that it's repairable.
You presented pictures to us on that.
Yes, you've seen pictures. And so now, in order to go out and find a contractor to bid on the work, we need plans. And so that's what this proposal is
This is the plan.
for you tonight. The dollars value, the proposed fee is $30,000. And there's a chart of all the different functions of how they get to the $30,000. We are obligated to
No.
either do the work or build a new plant.
This time it seemed feasible to do the repairs at this time, right?
This is your best bet for a
That
dollar
will
value.
extend it
This will extend it,
for a few years.
well, I think for quite a few years.
Quite a few
Because,
years.
well, I'd say at least 10, and I think better. And the reason I think better is today's paints are so much better.
Mhm.
Your industrial coatings are so much better.
Right.
So while we did, if you remember, Rusty Eastman was quite a welder.
Yeah,
He welded many a ski lift
yeah.
post. And he undertook a lot of welding on that about 20 years ago. It's held up great.
Yeah.
It's,
Well, I make a motion, we go with the repairs on the current plant. That seems to me the extension of that is well worth the,
So this is just for the engineering?
this is for the
services.
engineering. You're going to expect a scope of work in the 160, 70, plus or minus $1,000 range
But tonight, all you need is to approve the
to
engineering.
move forward with engineering, to keep, we've got an obligation to move forward to stay within the law.
With Stantec.
So if that's your motion to...
yes, that motion to go
Yes.
for the engineering, yes.
I'll second it.
Okay. Any further questions? All those in favor of going along with the plan, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay,
And you're gonna get South Woodstock hot on the heels of this one.
yeah.
Unfortunately.
They're old, I mean, yeah.
Their licenses renew,
Same time?
well, staggered by 1 year.
Oh. So we get 1 year's grace on South Woodstock.
Well, you're gonna start that.
Maybe in December. Coming soon to a sewer near you.
We've done a lot. The main plant is in great shape.
Yes,
Had
good.
some
Yep,
emergency repairs there we had to do this summer, but that's in great shape.
The repairs we did to the main plant was good this summer, right?
Came out great. It was
Yeah.
a lot of it was a surprise. It had to be done.
So, all gets paid for by user fees.
Yes. You have, the money that, when you get time to decide how you want to finance the construction, you have money in the bank paid for by connection fees that's still there and dedicated to construction. And
In
so that's what,
anticipation.
there's no reason not to spend it. The reason that we have connection fees is there's no more grants. You can't get a grant to repair a plant. Even though if you don't do your work to it, you'd be back to polluting the river. There's just no more grants for wastewater plants. So that's why we have fees, so that when we need work, there's some money to work with.
We're covered. Great. Anything else for sewer?
No.
Next is approval minutes for the meetings of October 20th and November 10th. John, I understand you surveyed the minutes.
I did, I reviewed it. What about you, Eagle Eye?
I didn't get a
You
chance to
didn't
look
get
at
a
it.
chance to
yeah.
look at it.
Well, I'll tell you what, I looked at it pretty close and I think
She did a
that
good job.
Lynn did a pretty good job. I can't find any mistakes.
Well, I'm gonna press you on that.
So I make a motion, we approve the minutes.
Okay.
And I'll second it.
Motion's made and seconded. Approval of the minutes for October 20th and November 10th of 2015. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
I can't vote for the
You can't
20th.
vote because you weren't
And
there.
I
can for the
Okay,
10th.
okay,
And I have same problem. yeah.
okay. So.
So we might want to split the vote.
We'll split the vote. All right. One for one meeting, one for the other.
Everybody for the.
Yeah. Other business?
Not tonight.
Not tonight. We have
Wow.
expense warrants. Wow.
You guys are unbelievable.
Move to adjourn pending deciding expense.
Motion's made to
I will make
adjourn.
one comment that I think Lynn is taking hold pretty good.
Yes, we thank her
So,
very much. Yes.
I'll second that too.
I'll second that too. So
we have 2
motion's been
minutes to-
made
Right, but I'm
to
trying
end
to
the
figure-
meeting after
If you look
expense
at my
warrants.
footer,
Will you
it'll
second that?
I
Okay.
definitely second.
Okay. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All
I
right.
cannot sign it.